What up, what up? Another episode of Harkham Holistic. Taking you guys on a run with me today. I hit the trail once or twice a week. I used to run daily, but building up Harkham Holistic, owning and operating Good Part and Company, take a lot of time, so I had to switch up my workout routines and things like that. Running is super easy. You can just get outside and do it, but sometimes it takes a while, depending on how far you're going. And I tend to run, 3 miles or so, but sometimes I do a little quick mile. But anyway, we out here today. I'm at the trail. It's like mid-morning, so it's kind of hot. I'm a little bit late, but we getting to it. All right, so I'm a little bit more than halfway on my run. I'm at about So yeah, I'm at about 3.5 miles in. Probably got 1 more mile to do before I get home. And I just wanted to stop and share some of the things I learned from running. So I've been consistent running for a few years now, since 2014 maybe, so like 6-7 years. Joined the Riot Squad running group, became a co-captain. We got sponsorship from Under Armour, so on and so forth. But let's talk about the knowledge though, what I actually learned and know from running. Running helped me understand and pay attention to like rhythm and pace, not just running, but when you can start to master those things in one area and map it over to another area of life, like that's what they call wisdom. And I'm not saying I'm wise, but I'm learning, I'm becoming wiser. So paying attention to like my pace, my rhythm, how I feel when I'm out running, what days, what times I have the best rhythm, how I'm flowing. It might be weeks when I'm just out of sync, but I'm running anyway, I'm pushing through it. I'm getting a little workout in, but I don't have no real momentum, right? I don't have enough. The energy not carrying over from some time before. It could be a mental thing. It could just be physically. I've been eating some BS, and like now my body, a little bit inflamed. So I learned a lot about rhythm and pace, and it's helping me understand rhythm and pace in my actual day-to-day life, away from the trails, away from running on the road, away from running on the track or the treadmill. And I'm using that to gain momentum in life. And I'm feeling really, really good this Sunday. Like I'm out here running middle of the day. I normally run early, but I had to get my work done. So, I just got block out time to do some work in the morning, especially on Sundays when I know I'm not going to be bothered at all. So between like 6 and 10, I wake up, do my little thing, meditate and all that stuff. And then I start planning out my week. And then I start to execute on the things that's going to help me, that's going to make my week easier. The things I can do now to make the week easier going forward before I get into like some kind of heavy task. So that being said, like I feel I'm experimenting with my rhythm of the day, right? Because you got to experiment with your stride, with your steps when you're running. Same thing throughout the day. What's this 4-hour time block look like? What's this 2-hour time block look like? What's this 15 minutes looking like? And I'm like, okay, I feel like I got good energy this morning. I'll go out and run and maybe get a second win, for the rest of the day, because I went and got my energy up. I got the runner's high. I got the endorphins flowing, and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna see what the rest of my day is like, and I might have a different type of pace, a different type of, and it'll help me understand, oh, this is what the rhythm is like running midday on a Sunday instead of early on a Sunday and then trying to do everything else later, right? Do some of your really important things early in the day, then work out. A lot of people work out early in the morning. I prefer to work out early in the morning too, but your brain is also like most creative and clear when you first wake up, unless you hungover, of course. So it's good to I like to just use my brain for brain functions, for thinking things. I won't say brain functions, for things where I gotta really think about it. So, so I'm learning about pace throughout my day and throughout different, sections of my life. For example, I plan to run a marathon this year. That's what I was going to do. I ran a half marathon before, and now I want to do a full marathon, especially at my age. It's an ego thing. It makes me feel good knowing I can do it, at my age, which, there's a lot of people who do it at my age, but I want to show that. I want to be that example of showing what it's like to live a plant-based lifestyle, stay in shape, stay up, stay nourished, and not people think you're going to fall apart or something like that if you're doing some intensive workouts and eating a plant-based diet. And the last time I did my half marathon, I did suffer a bit. I lost a lot of weight because I was still eating regularly. I should have been eating more food. I wasn't eating the wrong foods. I just wasn't eating enough of it. And now I know better. But the whole thing about it, getting back to pace and rhythm of life, is that if I do a marathon, I have to train. typical marathon training is at least like 8 weeks out, you know, more like 3 months, 12 weeks, whatever you want to call it. And so the Baltimore Marathon is in October. It's August, so like I could do a little quick training session now, but that takes a lot of commitment, a lot of time. And since I train for a half marathon, I know you got to do your short runs, your long runs, and then your tempo runs, and that take a lot of time throughout the day and throughout the week. I have to get up super early. I already wake up early. I got to get up early, get my run in, especially around the time with my long runs. It's not even that you're waking up early. You actually got to run 2, 3, 4 hours. And before you actually do a marathon, you will have already ran a full marathon in one run to know that you can actually do it. So I don't have that kind of time. But what I do have, I have pace, rhythm, and momentum towards building my businesses. And so I'm going to keep that momentum going. I'm not going to shift just to say and hit a short-term goal to say, oh, I ran a marathon. I could run that marathon later. To be honest, I could just run the marathon. I want somebody to track it though. That's why I want to run in a race. But I can just run, 26.2 miles and be really, really satisfied knowing that I can do it. But I'm going to run a full marathon. I'm just going to do it later on, like later on in life, next year sometime, maybe when I got some things a little bit smoothed out and I got my time and, got more time and I have, momentum towards that, right? My momentum may downshift a bit from focusing on business things, and now I got a bit more leisure time and time to do what I want to do, and then I can go and train. And you got to be aware of that. And me running and being a runner and understanding pace and rhythm and taking my steps, I'm knowing that the steps I'm taking now is the steps I need to be taking towards improving Good Part & Company, towards building out good Harcum Holistic. Even making this video right now, I'd rather be making this video, getting my reps up on my video content and how to record and how to speak on a camera and things like that than training for a marathon. Like, you could do that at the same time, but this goes towards something that's going to benefit me more going down the line into the future. So, I'd rather keep my momentum going with that. That matters a lot more right now. I would have to sacrifice so much just to complete this marathon in the right way, right, without hurting myself. And then I'd be taken away, stretching myself too thin, taking myself away from the cafe. The cafe is on the up and up, and the school year is about to start, so it needs my guidance, it needs my focus, it needs my instruction, and I need to have all that energy for that. I don't need to be using that energy to just run a marathon, just to say I ran a marathon, right? I need that energy to, coach my clients. I need those time blocks. Those 4 hours I be running is 4 hours I could be scheduling clients, right? Scheduling clients, helping them achieve the health goals that they want to achieve. They want to lose some weight. They want to start running. If I'm out running, I can't help them. I can go run on my own time. Right now I'm just doing maintenance. Like, this is just to stay in shape. I don't really have to be running a marathon. I do need to stay in shape though, so I can do that. So that's my lesson. You got to pay attention to the pace, rhythm, and the steps you're taking in life. What direction is your momentum going? Do you need to change direction? Do you need to turn up the momentum? Do you need to turn it down? Do you need to, realign your momentum, like shift in a different direction, right? So I'm learning as I go, and I feel good about that. So I'm going to get back to my run. I'm going to finish strong, and I'll have this up soon. But yeah, I'm going to finish strong. I'm out. Later. You see that tree fell? Man. I wonder if I can hurdle this joint.